Hi, it's George here from BattleGoat Studios with a little video to talk about pathing in Supreme Lure 2030. The Supreme Lure games have always had a very sophisticated pathing system. We're actually pretty proud of it. It takes into account what are called heuristics, which are things that account for supply levels, account for terrain, account for different movement types. And one of the things we've also done specifically with 2030 is we've really been working on what have been seen as some of our weak points in pathing in the past games. We have what are called the Leningrad Problem, where the French trying to find their way to Vietnam often end up in Leningrad, and things like pathing in long distances has been an issue because we've had to balance the performance of pathing large numbers of units versus the fact that we have an extremely large world map. So what we've done is we've made a lot of changes so that the AI and the players' units can now understand the real world a little more thoroughly. So for example, understanding that there are paths from the Atlantic to the Pacific, that there are paths that get you between certain theaters, or how we divide up the map into theaters in the world, and giving the player also some control over how the units can use those paths. So for example, you may want your units to use the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal because you have good relations with the countries that are surrounding those paths, or you may want your units specifically to avoid them because you don't want to be going through the Suez Canal and then be picked off by Egypt, who happens to be your enemy at the time. So those things are available through the user interface, and some of them will also happen automatically based on what part of the world you're moving your units from and to. So look for these new changes in 2030, and we're really excited that it'll make getting your units around the map more efficient, easier, and a little less Leningrad. Talk to you next time.